So this video is for the guys and the girls. So guys, these are some fragrances that you should consider checking out. And girls, these are some fragrances you should consider copying for your partner. And man them, you're welcome. Yes people, what is going on YouTube, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's TJ, and over here on my channel I discuss all things fragrances and the fragrance industry. So if there's any content you would like for me to create, let me know down in the comments. And if you're not already keeping up to date with the daily content dropping over on TikTok, on Instagram and Snapchat, everything's at TJ Talk Sense. Now no offense, but you lot know how girls are hella indecisive. So I said to my missus, look at my collection and pick your top 5. Yeah, the key is top 5. You guys have already seen the title of this video. I said top 5, but she gave me a list of about 20. Everything she was looking at, she's like, oh, I like this one. Oh, I like that. Oh, but I like that as well. I'm like, look, I'm not going to do a 4-hour YouTube video, so let's try and get it down to 10. So that's what we got. And by the way, these 10 fragrances are going to be in no particular order. So this is just the top 10, because could you imagine if I said, listen, these top 10 you got, rank them in order from worst to best. Oh my days, I might not have even been on the planet. Now you are going to see quite a few gourmand fragrances on this list, and the first one is from Isra Miraj and it's called Escapade Gourmande. And listen, she absolutely loves this fragrance on me, and to be honest, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but I'm not actually a massive fan of wearing this fragrance. There's something about it, you know, when I spray it, I'm like almost choking a little bit. So that sounds mad, but yeah, when it comes to this fragrance, I think there's other ones that I've got in my collection with a similar scent profile, like Bianco Latte, but I think this one's got more of that burnt kind of caramel sugary vibe, and I would prefer to wear the one right above me called Andalusian Soul over Escapade Gourmande. So yeah, if you like a sweeter fragrance, you love that kind of salted caramel, vanilla heavy, almost like burnt sugar kind of accord in a fragrance, definitely check this one out from Isra Miraj. And I know they came out of a couple others maybe a month or so ago, and I think one was called Bon Bon something. I don't even know the names of them, but if any of you guys have tried them, let me know if they're good enough to try, because I obviously saw them come out and I heard, oh yeah, gourmand fragrances, and I wasn't really interested in trying them, but if you guys say they're good, I'll check them out. Now the next one on this list I picked up in Germany in like May 2024, and it's from the House of Gritty. This was actually my first one from them. This one here is called Mango Oud. I wasn't surprised that she picked this one to add to the list, because out of all of the gritty fragrances I've got, so this was the first one I picked up. Then I think the brand sent me 2 out. One was called Supernova, which is kind of a metallic, drier fragrance that reminds me a lot of Ganymede by Marc Antoine Barra. There's another one that I've got that's a nice fresh one that she could have also put in there because she loves when I wear that one. That one's called Pomelo Sorrento in a blue bottle. And then they also sent me one in a pink bottle. I think it's called Hysteric or Hysteria. And everybody that I've let smell that, including the missus, she hates it. And I just knew this one was going to make the list because we went to Turkey in June, and I kind of brought this one because I just gotten it, and I thought, cool, let me rotate this with a couple other fresh fragrances. And this one just performed really well. Like I wore this in the UK before I went out to Turkey, and it was like maybe 25 degrees, and it performed okay. Projection is not crazy on this one, I do have to say. But in Turkey, as it was so hot, this one performed better, which was just weird. I was in and out of the pool swimming, sunbathing and whatnot. And in close quarters, you can definitely pick this one up. So yeah, if you're looking for one from the House of Gritty, that's not crazy overpriced like Decants or something like that, definitely check out Mango Oud. And I just mentioned that I was rotating Gritty Mango Oud while I was in Turkey with another fragrance. And at the time, I didn't have a full bottle of this one. I had a fragrance sample. And this fragrance here is Memoirs of a Perfume Collector, Tales from Zanzibar. And to be honest, whether or not the missus likes this one, I like this one, and I'm not going to stop wearing it. I wear this one a lot so far, and I've done loads of videos like at the end of the year on my best fragrance pickups of the year, my most complimented fragrances, the best fresh fragrances, the best fragrances for summer, and this fragrance makes the list every single time. I'll probably end up doing a top 10 for winter, and this one will probably make the list. And in my opinion, this one's super likable, it's mass appealing, it's got some freshness in there, but it's not really a fresh fragrance. It's got some sweetness in there from the guava, from the lime as well. I think there's even mint in this that gives it a little spicy twist to it, and I feel like this one, when I'm wearing it on skin, I love it. But if anybody else wears it around me, I have to compliment them because it smells so good in the air. So again, I know I'm like ramming this fragrance down your neck, but if you haven't tried this one, please go to Les Cientos, try it, pick up a 2 ml sample, and I guarantee within a month or so, you will own this. And of course, this one had to make the list. Imagine this being my favorite fragrance and the missus hated it. Like imagine she said it's me or the fragrance. That would be, it'd be a tough decision, you know. At least I would smell good. I'm joking, man, it's a joke. So if this is my last video, you know why. She did it. And of course, it's Kilian's Angel Share, and I had to buy myself the 100 ml bottle last year because she liked the fragrance that much. I gave her my 50 ml bottle, and obviously you guys can see here, there's like 1 or 2 sprays in her max. So one of the first things I need to do this year is refill this fragrance. It's boozy, it's sweet, it's cinnamony, but you guys have heard me mention that about a million times, so I don't want to bore you guys. But if you want to see a kind of in-depth review of this fragrance, I'll pin a video up here, which is my top 10 holy grail. Now, my partner's a little bit of a weird one when it comes to super sweet fragrances. It's not really what she likes to wear, and she doesn't really like to smell it as well, but it's a different story with this fragrance that I've got right here. This is from Penhaligon's and it's called Cairo. And for me, this is my favorite fragrance from the house after Halfeti Cedar. I absolutely love that one, but this is a super sweet fragrance. So if you're not into your sweet fragrances, don't even bother going to try this one. But I got this for a steal. I got this off of Penhaligon's website when they said the box was damaged. So I actually got this fragrance for like 60 quid. And then it came fully boxed and nothing was wrong with it. So I couldn't even complain at that. But this thing smells opulent. It smells like you got money, even if you haven't, because I know that. But it's got rose in there. You got woods, you got saffron. It is amazing. And I was actually shocked that she picked this to make the list, but it is what it is, boy. And then when we went out for dinner on New Year's Eve a couple of weeks ago now, we wanted to obviously wear a special fragrance going into 2025. So she actually picked to wear Penhaligon's Cairo, and this smelled amazing. She kept saying, oh, I can't really smell this on my skin. Can you smell it? And I was picking up whiffs the whole night. And if you guys care what I was wearing, I went for a special fragrance. I wore Fragrance de Bois Covort. And you guys let me know what you think, but I mentioned this last year and I feel like Penhaligon's was becoming the forgotten house. No one was really talking about fragrances in their collection apart from Halfeti. No one was really buying their fragrances. Then Cal Cologne come along and he was speaking about Penhaligon's hella, and I seen every other creator go out and buy a Penhaligon's fragrance almost, or you see loads of people talking about it now. So honestly, he needs to get a big bag from Penhaligon's because I feel like single-handedly he revived them. Now, from one that shocked me to one that definitely didn't, this one is from Ex Nihilo. It's the only Ex Nihilo fragrance I have in my collection. It is, of course, Blue Talisman. And in 2023, I dropped her most complimented fragrance video, and this was actually my #1 complimented fragrance of that year. And 2024, early last year, loads of people was copying this one. Everyone went mad for it. And then I dropped my most complimented of 2024, and loads of people said to me, yo, how come Blue Talisman didn't make the list? And what people don't really understand is I mix up my fragrances all the time. What I'm wearing like today, I'm not gonna wear tomorrow. And you just kind of don't go off fragrances, but you experiment. Obviously, I'm a fragrance content creator, testing a bunch of fragrances. On this bed here, there's about 50, 60 bottles. So I'm always wearing different stuff. So this year, I feel like I found Tales from Zanzibar Mango Oud. So I went for that more than Blue Talisman by Ex Nihilo. And for me, this is a really easy to wear fragrance. Anyone can wear it, male, female, fully unisex scent. It smells a little bit fresh, a little bit fruity. You got some spices in there. It smells clean. And if I was to put it in a realm of other fragrance DNAs, or fragrances that I would kind of describe as they will offer the same thing to you, I would say Amouage Reflection and Louis Vuitton Imagination. But the prices of obviously Louis Vuitton Imagination, I think it's in the hundreds, like 175 or something like that. I don't even know. But this fragrance is 260. So is it worth it? I think it is, but I would probably think most people would prefer Louis Vuitton Imagination. And I think of late, she's actually rocked Blue Talisman more than I have. And I'd be intrigued, what are your thoughts? Do you rate Blue Talisman? Do you not? Did the hype play a factor in you buying it? Did it not? Let me know. And now let's move on to a tiny bottle that's an absolute big hitter. Boy, every time I say the word tiny, I remember Drewski's little thing that he done, and the guy with the cane was, he's like, yeah, teeny tiny. That's mad, but forget it. We got a teeny tiny bottle here. This is from Ex Edilo, and this is called Love and Crime. And I actually almost said Ex Nihilo. The house is actually called Ex Edilo. And you lot can call me big-headed, but I'm telling you, every single time I see Love and Crime in someone's collection, I'm just like, oh yeah, did they get it because of me? Did they get it because of me? Because I hadn't seen anybody, I didn't see a single review online of somebody speaking about this fragrance. And then I see hella people in the UK have this in their collection. So I don't know. And the staff in there tell me, people come in and say, listen, which ones does TJ talk about? Tales from Zanzibar, Love and Crime and whatnot. And they buy it because of that. So I don't know, should I take the credit, should I not? And to me, this is just a beautiful gourmand fragrance. You get some citrus in the opening. It's got this kind of chocolatey cacao, hazelnutty kind of vibe. Then you got a creamy vanilla. And honestly, the missus has summoned me to wear this fragrance for date night. And I'm not even complaining. Like, this is a banger. This is my go-to date night fragrance. And next year, I'm definitely going to have to buy the 50 ml because I'm nearly through. So yeah, if you haven't tried this one, get down to Les Scienteurs, tell them TJ sent you and go and grab this. And the next one also has a similar scent profile to that, where it's a creamy vanilla scent with a fruity touch to it. This is from the house of Nishane, and it is of course Annie X. And I'm sure if you guys have searched what's the best vanilla fragrances, the OG Annie with the black label has definitely come up in a video, which is again a 10 out of 10 fragrance. And I also think this is a 10 out of 10. But why I would say this might slightly edge it is because because of the fruitiness in this scent, I feel like it's more versatile, whereas the OG Annie, I would only go for that in the cooler months. And where I first tried this fragrance was in Selfridges. I think they was the first ones to get the X collection, maybe the end of 2023, and I sprayed it. It was like 9 or 10 a.m. as soon as they opened, and then I went about my day, went about different stores trying loads of fragrances, and the missus kept saying like, that thing you sprayed on your hand, you have to copy it. It smells that good. So for her to say that, and this fragrance, if it didn't make the list, oh yeah, I'll be mad. And now the second from last fragrance on this list is one that you guys probably hardly hear me talk about. It's from the house of Stefan Humbert Lucas, and it is called Isra Miraj. And I kind of describe this fragrance as being like a holiday in a bottle, but not your normal like summer holiday or anything like that. This is like, you're in Dubai, it's like 7 p.m, you're on the desert, the sun is setting, the sky's like orange, and it's just, everything's just picture perfect. It's like a painting. And this is what this fragrance reminds me of, man. This is actually special, special juice. And if you don't know, I do decanting, and I will leave a couple fragrances out that I don't really want everyone to be put onto. And Isra Miraj, I do not decant. And I don't think this is a fragrance that everyone will love, but I'm glad that this one made it onto the list. Like, I think Isra Miraj does smell a little bit mature, so please be careful. And as well, the price isn't cheap enough to go out and blind buy it. And before recording this video, I was thinking about Stefan Humbert Lucas as a house, because loads of other houses have been doing madness and releasing XYZ. They haven't. It feels like they've gotten a little bit stagnant. There's no flankers coming out, which loads of people are doing. There's no X straights coming out, which again, loads of people are doing. And I think last year we only got the one release of See My Love, which wasn't even all that crazy. So hopefully 2025 they come out with some bangers. And last but not least on this list, we have one from Thomas Cosmola, and it's actually the only one I own from the house in my collection. This one is No.4 Sport. And I'm pretty sure this one's a Harrods exclusive, and I got this one last January from the boy Trey, so shout out to you, my bro. And literally after I got it, I was obviously excited, so I was rocking it hella. And then when summer hit, I kind of stopped because of the two fragrances that I've mentioned already. So Mango Oud and Tales from Zanzibar I got more obsessed with, but I know the missus likes this one because there was one time I remember she was like, oh, where's that fragrance in the green bottle, the one that Tracer got you? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. She likes the smell of that one, so I need to start rocking that more. And I definitely think this is one of the most underrated fragrances in my collection. If any of you guys go out to try this one, what you are going to pick up, let me spray it quickly. So predominantly it's a pineapple and melon based fragrance. So imagine a sweeter version of Creed Aventus, but with a nice little twist, because this is salty, it's tropical, it's kind of aquatic, and there's some marine notes in there as well. And it's slightly aldehydic. So fresh, sweet aldehydic with a twist. And that is the top 10 list right there done. So what I want you guys to do, guys, let me know which fragrance in your collection is the one that your missus or your partner loves to smell on you. And ladies, let me know what fragrances you love to smell on men. And if you guys want to see my favorite fragrances to smell on my partner, let me know down in the comments and I'll get that done for you guys. That is the end of the video. As always, if you're not already following on TikTok, Instagram and Snapchat, make sure to do so. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I will catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. And as always, love for the love, my people.